As we bid farewell to 2025, politicians have in the main retreated back to their traditional homes in rural Limpopo, KZN, Eastern Cape, Free State, Mpumalanga, Northwest. Some are chilling at their coastal holiday homes in Umhlanga, Cape Town, Jeffreys Bay, and Plettenberg Bay. In this episode, I look back at the year in politics and assess the performance of leading political figures. By virtue of his position as head of state, Cyril Ramaphosa is probably still the leading political figure in the country. In terms of news value, however, Jacob Zuma and his Umkhonto we Sizwe party are head and shoulders above everyone else. Most of it, unfortunately, not very good. This review is not just about visibility or rhetoric, but whether leaders strengthened or weakened the political organizations behind them. Hello everyone, welcome back to Joe Talks Politics. I am your host, Joseph Mosia. Let's get right into this. I describe Cyril Ramaphosa's role as that of a man who prevented the collapse of his party, but not its decline. His defining contribution in 2025 was containment. He did not reverse the ANC's electoral decline. That damage was already done, but he prevented the party from sliding into irrelevance or isolation after losing its parliamentary majority. By engineering and sustaining the government of national unity, Ramaphosa ensured continued ANC access to state power. He reduced investor panic and avoided a populist or authoritarian coalition. However, this came at a cost. The ANC now governs by compromise, not dominance. Internal party authority has weakened. Ramaphosa's leadership increasingly rests on external legitimacy rather than internal unity.
For the ANC to be successful in transforming our country, in advancing the national democratic revolution, it must embark on a journey of thoroughgoing renewal. Renewal requires that we reaffirm the organizational culture and the traditions of the ANC as a movement that is rooted among the people, representing their interests, concerns, and aspirations. We require a renewal of values and ethics. We need to deal decisively with the scourge of corruption and unacceptable conduct.
He did not carry the ANC forward, but he stopped it from falling off a cliff. That matters. But it also highlights the party's structural exhaustion. What about the Secretary General, Fikile Mbalula? Mbalula's 2025 was about positioning, not performance. As ANC Secretary General, he became one of the loudest defenders of the party's relevance. But volume did not translate into renewal. Mbalula reflects the ANC's problem rather than solving it. Confidence without credibility. He has not expanded the party's appeal, only intensified its internal contestation. Next is DA leader John Steenhuisen. Steenhuisen's significance lies precisely in what he is not. He is not very charismatic, he is not populist, and he is not dominant in the media cycle. But in 2025, that worked. Under his leadership, the DA avoided fragmentation. He maintained discipline within the government of national unity. The party positioned itself as a governing partner rather than a protest party. Importantly, the DA did not become Steenhuisen-centric. Its policy machinery, parliamentary caucus, and provincial structures remained intact. Next is EFF leader Julius Malema. Malema remains one of the most recognizable political figures in the country, but 2025 exposed the limits of personality politics. Under his leadership, the EFF's electoral stagnation continues. It is quickly losing ground to others on radical opposition politics and is facing steep competition from newer populist formations. Malema's leadership style, centralized, combative, theatrical, continues to mobilize a loyal base but struggles to grow beyond it. And now, what about the old warrior, Jacob Zuma? Zuma's return via the MK party was one of the most consequential political events of the decade. He didn't just dent the ANC, he reconfigured the entire electoral map. But in 2025, internal instability surfaced. Leadership coherence faltered. The party struggled to institutionalize beyond Zuma himself. Zuma proved that personal legacy can still mobilize millions, but also that legacy alone cannot build a sustainable party. Another figure that cannot be ignored is Floyd Shivambu. His movements between parties highlighted a deeper issue on the left: ideological clarity without organizational discipline. In 2025, he influenced debates and eloquently critiqued multiple political formations. At the same time, though, he failed to anchor himself institutionally. And now for a look at the best and the worst performers. My pick for the best performer goes to President Cyril Ramaphosa. His ability to keep the fragile government of national unity intact despite obvious tensions and pressure from some within his own political party and alliance was a great achievement, not just for the ANC, but for the country as a whole. There are signs that the economy is now on the rebound. Ramaphosa's stewardship of the country's G20 presidency deserves recognition. He faced immense pressure from the Trump administration, but he refused to be intimidated or bullied. At the end, he emerged victorious by hosting a successful summit with the overwhelming majority of G20 leaders congratulating South Africa.
As this is the first G20 Leaders Summit to be held in Africa, it carries the hopes and must reflect the aspirations of the people of this continent and of the world. We should not allow anything to diminish the value, the stature, and the impact of the first African G20 presidency. This G20 Leaders Summit has a responsibility not to allow the integrity and the credibility of the G20 to be weakened. In fact, from this summit, we should have a sense that the G20 has been strengthened.
He's still going to be tested, with Trump continuing his hostile posture towards South Africa. But so far, so good. My pick for the worst performer is Jacob Zuma. With the voters, especially in KwaZulu-Natal, having given him their support, he has gone on to demonstrate what he has always been. He is a populist, autocratic tribalist who believes he is irreplaceable and therefore runs the party as a family stokvel.
If you look seriously, you'll realize that if we have one of us, ophumeceleni, asimnengi. Let me just tell you, abantu sebeke baba o secretary general kule sebe u7 manje. Ngoba sidlali. Noma ngabe uzazi ukuthi umkhulu, uyathandwa, uyikho konke, we don't care.
MK Party is more a vehicle for Zuma's own political grievances than a structured movement with a clear ideology or policy beyond opposing the ANC and reclaiming liberation rhetoric. What do you think? Do you agree with my assessment? Please give your views in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this episode, please go ahead and share and like it. If you are not yet a subscriber, please hit that subscription button. To our Christian viewers, we wish you a Merry Christmas and please have a wonderful 2026. That's all from me, Joseph Mosia. See you in the next episode.